Welcome to a Dr. Magic Deck Tech. Today we're going to take a look at my version of Mono White Aggro in the new standard. Played Mono White in the last standard and wanted to continue after rotation. One of the best things that happened to Mono White after rotation was that the Theros block went away. So there's not a lot of new cards in here, but some of the cards got increasingly better with the loss of Bioblight, Drown in Sorrow, and to some degree Thoughtseize. So here we go. The land base is 7 basic planes. I run 7 of them because I don't want to draw into land gluts. So I have also 4 Flooded Strands and 4 Windswept Heaths that can help me to fetch those. The life loss early in the game doesn't mean much. It doesn't need a lot of mana to run, so late in the game I can play them and not worry about whether or not I have to fetch them out. They also help me to fetch Prarie Streams with the Flooded Strands. Prarie Streams are in there because I can splash blue. Doesn't mean a lot in the main deck, but it does give me a couple of options out of the side. I run an island and 2 Rogue's Passages. The Rogue's Passages are in there for late game. Once my opponent gets their defenses set up, then I can still get in and do significant damage and try to close the game. Okay. We start off with 3 of the Kytheon, Hero of Akros. We've jokingly named the deck Gideon's Navy, which is funny because Gideon doesn't appear until Kytheon actually flips. So 3 of the little 1-drop guys, just very good, nice synergy, and when he flips, he just complements the deck so well. Other 1-drops, we have 3 Dragon Hunters and 4 Mardu Woe Reapers. Instead of going with an ally theme, I went with the warrior theme, and so Dragon Hunter being a 1-drop 2/1, protection from dragons somewhat relevant, but more so he was a 1-drop warrior that I could fit in. Mardu Woe Reaper does have a little bit more synergy in the current meta, in that when him or another warrior enters, you can remove a creature from the graveyard. So you can stop things like Den Protector, Recursion, and stop those annoying Deathmist Raptors from continuing to come back. Plus, if you're playing against someone with dragons, you can try to hit those creatures before they're able to crack the Haven and get them back. Knight of the White Orchid, one of the best 2-drops in Standard. 2 white, gets you a 2/2 with first strike, and if you happen to be short on lands, he helps you go get a Plains. Important to note, he says Plains card. It doesn't say basic Plains, so you are able to get up the Prarie Streams or regular Plains off of him and do some mana fixing that way. He's great on the draw, obviously, because you're automatically going to be down a land, but he's also good on the play. I've sandbagged lands before just to make sure that I can go get him, thins my deck out, and gives me the mana fix I need. We run 3 Hidden Dragonslayers, a great card in that he does provide lifelink, so against aggressive decks early, drop him down. He doesn't have a whole lot of toughness, obviously, but throw him in front of something is a block and some life. And more relevant is his morph, or megamorph ability, and then he can destroy a creature with power 4 or greater. So some of the big dragons, some of the big rhinos that need to be dealt with, he deals with really efficiently. And he also works great with Mastery of the Unseen, in that he flips on his own accord, and when he flips, he triggers the Mastery life gain. 3 Hangarback Walkers, hard to go wrong with a Hangarback Walker. Another great creature, and something that you pretty much have to play in this meta. The Anafenzas offer some synergy with the Hangarback Walker. If it comes in, you add counters, but Anafenza turns your little guys into big guys in a hurry, and is a good card to synergize with your warrior theme, especially combined with Arashan Foremost. Arashan Foremost takes the spot of Ramaz. Losing the Kitty King is obviously very, very difficult for any deck, but Arashan Foremost I felt was a good fill for that. His ability, the double strike, is great in that he swings a pretty big stick, but the ability to give another warrior creature double strike until end of turn is actually really, really relevant. If you can go turn 1 Mardu Woe Reaper, turn 2 Anafenza, turn 3 Arashan Foremost, triggers the bolster, turns this into a 3/2, give it double strike. Now on turn 3, you're swinging a 3/2 double strike. They either block it or they lose 6, and there's not a lot of creatures on turn 2 or 3 that your opponent has out that's going to withstand that. So good synergy there, and again, something we can use with the Rogue's Passage to get through a significant amount of damage. Last of the creatures are the Archangel of Tithes. Archangels, great white card, really makes math kind of a difficult subject here. How much do I have to pay to attack? How much do I need to leave up to block? Oftentimes, you can fill the board up, and you can swarm more mana than they have open, thereby allowing a lethal attack to get through, simply from her ability. If you're facing down somebody who is more aggressive than you, you can sit back with your Archangels until you have a big enough army, or you have a creature that you can Rogue's Passage through for the win. Now we're going to talk about the spells. Spells in the main deck are relatively light. The reason for this is we're an aggressive deck. So we want to be pumping creatures out, not stuck with inactionable spells in our hand. However, some of these are just too good to pass up. Obviously, Valorous Stance, being able to take out an opponent's big creature, or preserve one of yours from one of their removal spells. The removal part of Standard kind of took a hurt when Theros went out, so being able to stop one of those from killing your Archangel or one of your necessary creatures for 2 mana at instant speed is great. Mastery of the Unseen really makes the deck hum, in that we can always have more creatures than our opponent, and then the flipping up the life gain is relevant. You have 2 of those guys out there, you flip a creature up, you have 6 creatures, next thing you know you're gaining 12 life. It's really hard for someone to burn you out once you get set up and have masteries on the field. And then in the main, I run 1 Treasure Cruise. How can you not run a card that's been banned in 3 formats? The ability just to delve out some of the stuff that's died and draw 3 cards. Drawing 3 cards is never bad. Run 1 of it, chances of seeing it, but having it in there certainly doesn't hurt. So those are the spells. Let's talk about the sideboard. One of the great things about the new battle lands and the Knight of the White Orchid is their ability to fetch up planes, which means that the dual lands are in play on those fetches, and that really gives you some great control options out of the side that you wouldn't have if you played mono white. So I felt it was worth investing in that, and this is why. First off, run Tragic Arrogance, 2 out of the side. That card is just great. I don't have an example of a time when I played that card and ended up losing the game. It's just so good. Allows you to pick your opponent's weakest pieces and keep your biggest, and then build from there. Just a great card. Citadel Siege. Citadel Siege is a good card on offense or on defense. You can put those 2 counters on that Hangarback Walker. It gets really big, really fast. Or you can choose dragons and tap down their big, scary creatures, maybe an Eldrazi, so that he can't attack you. Happens at the beginning of combat, so track triggers never happen. So Citadel Siege, good versatile card out of the side, which is what you want out of your sideboard. 2 negates, because it's Negate. Negate has been printed time and time again, maybe the most fair counter spell ever printed, and great against things like Atarka's Command and even Planeswalkers. Reality Shift. Reality Shift is, I feel, one of the best removal spells in Standard. The fact that it's blue and a colorless means it's splashable. It goes ahead and exiles the creature, which means that those raptors can't recur, those Den Protectors can't come back, and the Manifest doesn't usually mean much for your opponent, but it can mean things for you. If you absolutely need a creature and your opponent's going to kill the 1 creature you have that can stand in their way, you can Reality Shift your own creature in response to their removal, get another creature, and if you happen to have Mastery out, that creature can be flipped up, and you gain some life there. We're running a 1 of Ojutai's Commands, because why not? Return target creature card converted mana to cost 2 or less from your graveyard or the battlefield. That sums up just about every creature we run. Gaining 4 life obviously can be relevant countering target creature spell, or draw a card. So you can do creature swings, life swings with that. Just a good card to have, and we'll run one of those. Disdainful Stroke takes care of those big bombs. No Eldrazi for you. Sorry about your Rhino. No, you can't have that Thunderbreak. 2 Disdainful Strokes out of the side. Seems great. And then a new card from Battle for Zendikar, which just seems to fit the deck perfectly, which is Horribly Awry. 3 copies of that. Counter target creature spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. That means it hits Rhinos. That means it hits Deathmist Raptors. That means it hits Thunderbreak Regents. That means it hits just about everything that you care to get out of the way. And it is exiled once the spell resolves, so you don't have to worry about them coming back. Takes care of Manus Riders as well, which is a big concern with Jeskai Dark running around, and just all in all, a good counter spell in the current meta. That's my version of Mono White Weenie in the new standard. We hope that you join us for Friday Night Magics and see what else is in the meta. This is Dr. Magic saying thanks for watching.